Genovia. Real or fake? Go.
Genovia's not a real place.
It's fake.
Yeah, it's not a real place.
So they lied to me this entire movie.
Well, that's why it was a movie.
So
A
you're
fiction.
telling me Anne Hathaway is
Isn't-
not Princess of Genovia?
No, she's not Princess of Genovia.
I did like the inflection
This is
on that, though.
bullshit.
This is bullshit. Welcome to every film in the book.
We can't do another one of these. What movie did we start that with?
I forget.
We've done too many of these. We gotta
Blood
stop.
Simple, one of those like weird ones.
Yeah, one of the weird ones.
Yeah.
This kind of fits into the weird movie category.
Yeah.
It's like
it's
a
a
fairy-
fake place, apparently.
It's a fairy tale, but I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, it's definitely in the fantasy category, I think.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what is it. What does it build as?
It's like a comedy romance.
But it's not really about the
Drama?
romance is the thing.
Yeah,
It's,
the romance is more her mom and her teacher.
Well, the queen falls in love with her driver. She falls in love with her best
Joe.
friend's brother. And
Oh, right,
then
yeah.
the mom falls in love with her physics teacher.
But very little.
Forgot about that.
Very little smooching.
Yeah, there was no smooching in this movie.
Yeah, it's
well,
like a...
She did get the foot pop kiss. she got the kiss that made her foot pop.
Well, and
Yeah.
a very uncomfortable foot popping kiss in a boathouse somewhere, if I'm remembering this correctly.
No.
That was a
That didn't-
non-consensual kiss.
That didn't make.
That's
her foot
why I
pop.
said uncomfortable foot pop.
Yeah, but
Because she tried, but then the netting.
yeah.
'Cause
So
the-
technically,
yeah,
her
well,
foot didn't pop
and
because
the
he wasn't the
world
one for
knew.
her, Steve.
Yeah, the world knew. That's why they put that net there.
I was reminded of the paparazzi that was following Jim Carrey and his girlfriend or whatever, and they went into one of those little changing stations on the beach, and he came out wearing the bikini. Yeah. Anyway,
I love Jim Carrey.
He would do that.
Yeah, he's a goofball. I love him.
Yeah, but I think Princess Diaries is in that category of nostalgia where you remember it being a really good movie, and then you go back and watch it, and you're like, "Is this a good movie?"
What did I like about
it kind of teeters on the edge, but significantly leans towards garbage.
Yeah.
Not garbage is too strong.
Yeah, that's a little strong.
If it's very, you know how I say there's not a lot of fat in some movies. This one's not fat; it's fluffy.
Yes. Yeah.
It's squishy.
well, you know,
it does. Yes, it
got
has a
some
lot of
squish.
squeeze.
right. Well, it's one of those movies that doesn't need much to it because it's a stupid fluffy story where
just-
it's like, oh, you're the art geek, but you're pretty
Yeah.
now because they took your glasses off,
And
aka made you princess.
That is how many movies are.
Yeah.
She gets her braces off and starts wearing contacts, and then does her hair like a human,
No, they
and-
just straighten her curly
Yeah.
hair.
Well,
which is kind of.
and not to mention, they literally do that trope where, like, the barber guy is just like, "Oh, do you wear contacts? Now you do."
He breaks her glasses. It's like if she doesn't have vision insurance, that's expensive.
Yeah, that's
Also, like, even when you wear contacts, you want glasses because what do you do after you've worn them for 10 hours and you still have to look at things? I
No,
need glasses.
They need to be glued to your fucking eyeballs. There will be no glasses in Genovia.
when she became princess, she laid down some new laws.
Oh, I will say, I mean, I know I'm trying to avoid talking about this because whatever, but we did sit down for the second one after we watched the first one because we were like, well, I've never seen the second one.
I've seen it.
You watched the second one?
We turned it off within 10 minutes.
No, that was 10 minutes. I could have saved you.
Yeah.
It's not a great second movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember really what happens. I think it's a little bit better towards the end, but it's not
the
worth
same as the second Santa Claus. He's got to get married. Got to get married if she
yeah.
wants to be princess again.
Yeah, they pretty much stole the
do
Santa
you want-
Claus plot.
Do you
Yeah.
want a promotion? Well, this is
Do you want to keep running the North Pole?
This
You
is a
better get married.
matriarchy. You better get married. Pick some doofus.
Yeah, that's. She's a strong, independent princess. She don't need no fucking
No,
Chris
no,
Pine.
they need to have heirs.
Yeah, whatever.
Bloodlines.
Whatever. It's called adoption, Michael. Look it up.
That doesn't do the bloodline thing justice. But
Well, you put a little bit of your blood on the forehead or whatever, like in Dune. It'll be fine.
Or the Lion King.
Yeah. That's how you. That's how you keep the bloodline going. I don't know where I'm going with
It's
this.
just close enough.
He's just like, I dub thee Christophe Rinaldi, Princess of Genovia.
Yeah, not how
Marie
that works.
Anouette Benito Mussolini. Something.
A little too
That's
far
more
west
Italian.
there, Steve.
Yeah. But yeah, the Princess Diaries, as we said, it's definitely a nostalgia. I remember seeing this, I think, in theaters.
Oh,
when I was
really?
a kid.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
admitting that in public?
Well, it's
not
not
in public.
public. They're gonna
On a public forum.
they'll figure this out a couple weeks from now. It's fine. I can still bury this episode.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I had the VHS tape and I just
Yes.
would watch it on
Oh,
repeat.
100%.
it was on a
100%.
pink VHS.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I definitely didn't own it.
Because
but,
miracles happen.
We'll say that was one of my sister's movies.
Yeah. It was definitely
My
my brother's
sister.
movie.
'Cause what
I
year-
didn't buy the soundtrack too. That had a pink CD
you don't.
that I got for Christmas.
You don't have any sisters, Steve.
happen all the
I had a girl
time.
dog, so we'll say we bought it for the girl
It
dog.
was for the dog. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely
That's
didn't own the soundtrack. and
When
the
did this
movie.
come out?
2000.
We might have to Google this one.
My
folks.
guess. I'm placing $5 down. 2003.
2003.
2003.
I said 2005.
I'm gonna say 2006. Hit him with
Okay.
the Price is Right.
Oh,
Oh, 2001.
2001.
Bitches. Wait,
Whoa.
what? Pre or post 9/11?
no, it seemed pretty happy. It must have been pre.
It was filmed in Los Angeles, so
Yeah,
like,
and
the
the
cityscape didn't give it away either.
it was fine.
The second one was, post 9/11, so it was a different world.
That's always rough.
Yeah,
when
that's
you-
why that movie sucks
when-
so much.
There's you don't realize how many movies have the New York City
Mhm.
skyline in it.
Well, the famous one was the original Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like in the trailer
Yep.
for Spider-Man, they had the,
And in the Sopranos.
yeah.
It was August 3rd, 2001,
Whew. Yeah, see, we were
Just
still happy.
right before.
Right before.
Ooh. I mean, filming would have been like a year prior, but like
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know. Do they do?
They
I
normally,
feel like
like,
they get like
pre-pro.
B-roll footage
Yeah.
as early as they get funding to rent
Yeah.
time on the
Mhm.
camera.
All the B-roll is them scouting the locations. Like, oh, this is a cool bridge.
Now I did see something online that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
This could have been applied to a much better film, but somebody did the work, and I'm just repeating it, so that works for me. There was apparently some continuity errors on the car was driving west, and then in the next shot, the car was driving east, and it's like,
who has the time to sit and watch the Princess Diaries religiously to figure out?
yeah. But I didn't like have a compass and be like, okay, they're this way, this building, that's this building.
Yeah.
Well, judging on the circumference of the Earth and where the sun is located,
Right,
he's going backwards.
They measured the shadows. They somehow found a scale, but I mean, there's some of the famous
like-
drives and some of those hilly
Yeah.
roads are pretty famous. So somebody on the internet did the math or the location research.
Somebody with
and
way
they were
too
like,
much free time.
well, some of the car scenes they're going the opposite directions and they still end up at the location. I'm like, I want to remind everyone it's a film about
that's
a
like-
princess in a country that doesn't exist.
That's like going on to IMDb and adding to the trivia like, oh, did you know Genovia is not a real place?
Right,
So this
actually.
whole movie is fake. Anyway, Anne Hathaway's in other things.
Right.
Also,
course.
it's called The Princess Diaries. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Because she keeps a diary about her being a princess.
But I feel like the diary...
And that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, like I feel like she needed more diary.
Like, there could have been more diaries happening throughout.
Yeah. It was only during the montages.
Well, but it was the Princess Diaries, so she can't start the Princess Diaries.
Yeah, she wasn't a
until she was
princess.
a princess.
So
Okay, all right,
See?
all right, all
See?
right. We're figuring out the plot holes. I like it.
they really thought about this.
Yeah,
The
so-
plot holes. None of it's real. There we go.
Yeah, anyway. It's like, Genovia is not real. This movie sucks.
And I was not disappointed, but I haven't seen this movie in years.
Yeah.
And then I watched it again, and I was like, oh.
Similar effect to The Parent Trap, where you remember it being really good and you
Yeah.
watched it a bunch of times, and then you see it as an adult and you're like,
It's like there's some problems in this movie.
Well, and it's not even that there are problems per se. It's just like they stretch this simple story over the whole movie, and there's not that much.
The story
going on.
is straining to the point of snapping. That's how far they stretch this simple story.
No, it's every 80s movie where the ugly girl becomes the pretty girl by taking off her glasses and straightening her hair, and then all of a sudden her friends hate her, but they actually don't hate her, and then she becomes
I don't know what
amazing.
movies have against curly hair.
I was just gonna say, because I have naturally curly textured hair, more wavy curly. Anyway,
Okay.
When you have curly hair, it's not a choice. When it gets wet, it becomes curly again. But like they never show you straightening her hair or her learning how to use a straightener.
Well, especially that scene where she's in the rain and she just gets drenched. You think she would like show up to the ball with like
Or with the
no,
poof,
it was
right?
perfectly straight.
yeah, like the poof would come back.
Yeah. But I think they faked her having curly hair in the beginning by like doing some sort of like
I
braided
read.
something.
Yeah, they
It
had
was
a
a trivia.
giant.
Yeah,
a
they
giant
called it
piece
the
in.
beast.
Yeah, it was-
She would have to get it like weaved into her hair.
Yeah, because she has naturally straight hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's that, and there's also like the whole brushing out the curls thing. Like you're not supposed to brush out curls dry with one of those brushes.
I mean, yeah, but it's a movie.
I
and
know, but I'm just
Christoph, whatever, wanted to break his brush.
I
Yeah.
know, but can I just point out the the impractical things
All right, fair.
with this movie? And you think that like those are things that stylists would know because they're working on the movie and they probably do hair all the time.
Yeah, but then he couldn't break her brush.
Yeah, they take those moments to like make it more theatrical.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I also don't think they really care after like 22 years that we're nitpicking about how
I
she
know,
got her
but
hair done.
I'm just talking to my ladies here. There's plenty of
Her lady fans.
ladies out there watching this right
struggling
now.
with curly hair who's had a barber snap a brush.
Yeah,
Hair like woof.
plenty of dudes that had long hair too.
I used to have long hair. Can you believe it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. I'm now sad.
I know. I got a haircut.
Anyway,
Yeah, so Princess Diaries, do we want to go through all of
No.
this? Or
Absolutely
can we
not.
just be like,
No.
it was a fun nostalgia trip, I guess?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that there's definitely some scenes we could point out as being like things we liked and not. But yeah, I would say that, the things that everybody always remembers as being iconic is that transformation scene.
Yeah.
And then also like the whole ball situation at the end. And
There's always a
especially I have stuff to say about the car thing where she's
The car thing? Oh, right.
how she can't freaking drive and like she has her permit but nobody has even remotely taught her how to use a stick shift. Like she's driving it like it's an automatic.
Yeah.
She doesn't even touch the stick shift at all.
I did like how they had her struggle like getting up a hill. It's like if you're learning how to drive stick and you've never tried to start on a hill, that it is slightly difficult until you get the hang of it, and then you're fine for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So
I think what's funny about it though is that like I don't know how to drive stick shift, but I know that you use the clutch when you shift gears, and she was just like going back and forth like slamming the pedals like
yeah.
not even remotely like trying to do it right.
Yeah, no, she was trying to learn how to play Hot for Teacher on drums. She was using the pedal.
Yeah, it's not a double pedal.
no, it's
more
not
fun
it's
that
not
way.
how it works. Considering she just got also what a weird thing to interject into the movie that has no purpose other than getting in an accident with the queen, and then she gets him off because of power.
Yeah.
And then also at the
She
end
knights
she
the-
gets rained on because she has a convertible and
Yeah.
the top wouldn't go up.
It was just
Can we talk about the utter abuse of power during that scene? And she's like, "Hello, peasant bus driver. You will not press charges.
she calls them trolley people.
Goodbye, trolley people."
She knights the road workers. Like that's the kind of thing that was funny
Yeah, Julie Andrews was really
Yeah.
the best comedic.
It's hard for her
part of
not
this
to
movie.
do a good job in a movie, no matter how.
I feel like there should have been a prequel called The Queen Diaries, and it's Julie Andrews rising to power.
Yeah.
And it's just twisted.
Yeah, like
Just-
she's cutting people's heads
she,
off.
She ended up being a usurper.
Yeah.
And infighting.
Yeah,
and
no, she started a coup and took over Genovia.
I mean, you could make that now because you could de-age her.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
got
oh my
that
God.
that technology.
We have the technology.
It'll be the Princess
Do it.
Diaries
Do it
3,
today.
The Queen's Murder Diaries.
the Queen's Diary.
This year, the Queen's pissed.
No, it would be the Queen's secrets.
Ooh.
The Queen's
Yeah.
Secrets of the
Secret
Queen.
Diary.
And like the final scene is her like sending her daughter off to live in Los Angeles and be like, definitely have a daughter one day so she can be my heir. And like that's the setup to the Princess Diaries. All right, call us Hollywood. We got $1 million idea over here.
I will say,
I don't think it would make that much. We've got a $48 idea
All right,
here.
it would at least cost $1 million. All right.
I was gonna say, out of the things that are a little more like is partly the transformation thing too, because like, you know, oh my god, she's pretty now because she took her glasses off. But the other thing is the friendship between the two girls. That I don't remember her friend's name.
Nah, it doesn't matter.
But
Other
Weirdo.
lady.
yeah, it's so weird how like they're growing apart, and you know, wow. Forget the princess's name too. Mia. She starts like, you know, changing and acting more mature, and she's turning into a princess. I don't know. And her friend gets all like upset with her because of how she's acting and how she's changing. And then as soon as she's like, well, it's because I'm a princess. It's like, oh, well then nothing matters and I'm your friend again.
She's kind of being a dick.
I can see that, but if Steve was being a jerk for a month and then he was like, oh, by the way, I found out I was related to Donald Trump and he gave me $80 million, I'd be like,
My life is different now.
We could, okay, that's fine. He's probably learning how to handle his newfound fame and fortune. Okay,
It's like,
I
Steve,
can see
you've
that.
never spit on people before. Yeah, well, that was before I had 80 mil.
Steve, you can't just kick homeless people. Yes, I can. This is my street. I own this street, actually.
Don't worry, I gave him $3,000.
I bought all of the sidewalks.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I know, but her friend is like almost unrelentingly mean to her. She's like, and you got one of these bags? Who the fuck bought you one of these bags? It's like she needed a school bag that made her look princessy, so just let her have a fucking backpack.
Well, and I mean, they do this so that there is dissent between them, so that they can come back together. But she definitely rides her ass about some silly things. But we got to remember, they're in high school. Yeah. There was petty things. She did look like the cheerleaders. Like you can't blame her. And you know, I was never a fashion icon. You know what I mean? Like I don't care.
I mean, do you see what
I
you're
mean,
wearing?
I'm wearing a
Fashion
collared
icon.
shirt with a quarter zip, and these jeans are definitely not like 9 years old or anything. But like, I own 2 pairs of Sperry's. I know what I'm doing around boats. Like,
Yeah, I think she was totally right in like being upset with her friend, but
Well,
then
she-
it's
well,
like she just completely changed her tune.
well,
like, all at once.
if Steve started playing jazz and started wearing like button ups and like suit jackets every day, I'd be like, hey man, you all right? Because you're more of a hoodie and holes in the knees
Are you-
jeans kind of guy.
Are you going through a life crisis?
It's like I noticed you threw out all of your Vans. It's like, are you okay? Is
What-
something going on?
What's happening at home?
It's like- is everything all right at home?
No, but also speaking of those fucking cheerleaders, they like way pushed that like sexuality button like all the way up.
This
They're-
was 2001, Steve. It was a different time.
I know, but
Yeah.
they're like these
People
are
were
still
terrible
high
back then.
school people, and they're like put them on stage and make them sing like Britney Spears, but also like do that thing where like girls like kind of like tie the like knot on their belly on their shirt, and they're like singing the beach.
You
thing.
went to a public high school, correct?
Yeah, but they didn't let us do that.
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that sucks.
Everything covered. You gotta be. You
Well,
got sent to the principal.
I didn't go to a public high school.
Oh, I'm 100% certain that these 3 gals that I went to high school with did Santa baby for the talent show in like mini skirts.
Oh, from Mean Girls that I just saw, by the way.
Yeah, he gets the reference now.
Yeah, they did that, and they were slutty Santa costumes, and
yeah, public schools are different.
Yeah, well, I had a good time in high school. Apparently, yours sucked.
Yeah, no, like.
Well, also, I think it was different when you were in high school versus now. There's like a lot more dress code rules.
No,
now
like,
than there used to
I
be.
had a girl get in trouble once. Now, completely off. Who cares? She got in trouble for wearing her hoodie, just the sleeves, but like she still had a shirt on underneath. Her arms were cold, so she put her hands through the sleeves. The teacher thought that was disrespectful.
What kind of tyranny were you under as a teenager in a learning environment?
Listen, we were the Tigers.
I mean, I'm sure, but then again, like popular kids get away with stuff. That's just there's dynamics and social class structure in these environments, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
Yeah, whatever. High school was high school.
But like, I'm pretty sure there was like a what is that? Like the spaghetti strap, like no spaghetti straps.
Yeah. I didn't know what that was for the longest time because
I don't know, but it's a good thing. It's a good
them.
thing because when I see shoulders,
I can't focus on my maths.
no, good luck controlling me. When I see shoulders,
I must taste blood.
wow.
There's something about shoulders.
Well, to bring it back to the Princess Diaries.
Please, for the love of God.
Yeah, I think my favorite character was the cat.
Yeah, Fat Louie. Did you know that was Anne Hathaway's actual cat?
Really?
Yeah, it was played
Fun
by
fact.
4 different cats. I was reading today.
She had 4 different cats that all looked identical?
No, one of the
They were
cats
all
was her actual
They
pet.
just airbrushed the crap out of a
Yeah, no,
cat.
one of the cats was her actual pet, and then they just found 3 others that looked similar. One that was okay with being held.
Yeah, right.
One that was
Cats are
okay
weird,
with
yeah.
just sitting there, and one I
could
think
move around.
yeah,
and
or
do the,
that was specifically
do the action
cast-
sequences.
Well, it was specifically cast to sit on that envelope at the end of the movie.
Because so it could be trained to sit on a spot. Or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
So it would walk over, sit on the envelope, and then Anne Hathaway would be like, "What do you got there, Fat Louie?"
And then now I'm pretty sure they get some great footage of animals doing things when it's just the animal on screen by just leaving them in a small room with that, and then they pick.
Yeah,
they
they're
film
like,
them for 3 hours and.
yeah,
They
and they're
pick
like,
stuff.
"All right, well,
Yeah.
this will be a fun one. We'll cut to the cat for that."
I do want to talk about how the driver.
Yes.
He was the driver, but he was the head of security.
Mm-hmm.
He's killed people up
You-
close.
you can
with a
tell.
knife.
100%.
He's killed people with a knife
You
up
can-
close. You could see it in his eyes.
And the way he talks.
Well,
Yeah.
and he sounds like
he wasn't worried about nothing.
he sounded
Nothing.
so much like Jason Statham. And like I could just only picture him as the transporter. I'm gonna transport you, princess.
Rules are rules.
What is the first rule of the vehicle? Seatbelts save lives.
Never look in the package.
Hey, Joe, I'm gonna get changed into my princess garb. Don't look, okay? I would never look, princess. It is my duty to protect you.
And I think my favorite line from him is, understandably, if I was a teenager and I learned that I owned a country, when I got into the limousine, I might push all the buttons too. I 100% would. And no matter how many times you press the button, it will go up and down. The divider for.
He was
That's
great. I liked him.
Yeah.
He was good.
I'm glad that he and the Queen got a little thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But wasn't it when we first started the second one, they kind of
Yeah,
did a little bit with that?
Yeah, it was something like that. They were like, "Oh, he was transported because he can't do it with the Queen and also be her head of security."
Yeah, well, they would have just made up another job so he could keep his exorbitant salary and then still sleep with the Queen.
Yeah.
But he would have done right by her though.
Yeah, no,
he's a stand-up guy.
He was good. I
He
liked
would
him.
have really protected her.
Oh, he would have taken 4 bullets for her, gotten up, and taken a 5th.
I think he should be king of Genoa. You know what?
Yeah, marry him.
Yeah, can he be king?
Can he marry
could-
Anne Hathaway in the second one so he can be king?
Well, I mean, Well, it would have been funny if Princess Diaries 2 it came out that the queen had cancer, and that's why they were like
Oh,
speeding
God.
this process up. It's like
speeding up the
I have,
process. Oh
I have
my
a
God.
chart. That could have been why.
Oh, geez.
Holy
But-
shit.
When they made the second one, it's just like the funeral of the queen. Everyone's
Yeah,
so
it
sad.
opens
And that's how the movie
The
starts.
opening sequence is the classic pan the funeral
Oh my
audience,
God.
and then end with the casket and pull back so you can see the picture.
And
next
she's
to
like,
it, the
oh
regal
no,
photo.
now I'm the queen.
No. It's the record scratch, and then I hear, and that's how I became queen.
with the voiceover at the beginning.
And then miracles happen.
Throwback to the other movie. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Miracles happen. You can't play that after the queen dies.
No, but it has that like dark undertone. Like, did
And,
you
and
kill
you see
the queen?
you see the one solitary tear drip down Joe's face as he goes, "The time I spent with her cannot be replaced, but the
And-
memories will last
He's got like
forever."
that dark monologue. He's like kneeling in front of the casket. I will find your killer. However, your killer is the girl I have to protect.
No,
She-
Mia's just like staring into the camera, just like
Well, we decided that
like a little grin.
we decided that she murdered and maimed her way to the throne. So there definitely was foul play.
Genovia
Yeah.
was built on tyranny and coups.
What do they say in John Wick? He
Oh,
buried the bodies
he buried that day.
are the foundation for the empire we built.
The bodies Mia Thermopolis buried that day.
No. Her mom did the killing. Or grandma did the killing.
Oh my god.
We
We could make some good sequels, I think.
You know, one of these days we're gonna put a little money aside and we're gonna make some like 11-minute really
sequels.
bad sequels to
Yeah.
some of these. I think that would be a fun direction to move this into is just making our own films.
Movie production. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it.
We'll finally get to put up or shut up, you know.
But we've only got one cat to work with. We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
no.
find a couple more for the running around portion.
We're gonna have to
Shit.
train her.
But they're like all different. Like one's black and white, and then
It's like
one's
we
kitty.
didn't even try to match them up.
Yeah.
Our production company will just be called Continuity Errors.
It's just called Close Enough Studio.
You heard it. You heard it here first. You can't use the name.
Oh yeah.
It's probably
Make that-
already a company, but
Yeah, make a little.
we
like
can do a
TikTok.
hostile takeover.
Yeah. No, I would like it. Now, I know we spent most of this episode just talking about future
Not the movie.
sequels of The Princess Diaries, but do we have anything else you guys want to touch upon? Any other favorite scenes that you liked out of The Princess Diaries?
Yeah, I think we would have gotten there naturally,
Yeah.
Steve. But let's jump right
I was
into
just asking.
them. The fact
Yeah.
that her best friend had the TV show on the local network.
Oh,
Like-
yeah.
like, to me,
Shut
like
up
that's
and listen.
shut up and listen. It's so funny. That was hilarious. And then the magician that she hated and got made fun of, that she squishes the ice cream into the cheerleader's chest to defend, was all like, it's just so goofy.
And that's all the stuff that's like so filler, and it doesn't really matter. It's not contributing to the
hilarious.
plot, but yeah, it's
And then
it's
the
funny.
the lines where it's like, can we lose the flags? She's like, no, that's how I can park anywhere. and then you think about it and you're like, actually, yes, that actually, yeah, that would work. It would 100% work. Why? Expensive vehicle with flags on it that are not recognizable.
Person
yes,
of importance.
we're gonna
yes.
skip. We're gonna skip this. One thing I didn't like was the amount of access the press had to a school.
They just
Yeah.
walked right
Yeah,
in.
it was 2001. There was
Again,
we don't need to get into all that, but it was kind of funny how. And then since it's California, if you go back and watch it, you don't have to. Just take my word for it. It's fine. There's a few of the reporters just have the suit jacket and then they're in shorts because it's California,
Yeah.
so they have
Yeah.
the suit coat and then just shorts underneath. I thought that was funny.
It's business casual. It's
The
fine.
neighbor, that's the writer.
Yeah.
It's like, because Joe talks to him a little bit. He's like, oh my word, this is good. And he starts writing. He's like, the
It's like, have you-
mysterious man gets back into the vehicle, and and he's like,
have
oh,
you-
this is good, and then
have
keeps
you
writing.
killed anyone? I'm not allowed to tell you that. He's killed somebody.
He's killed
Princess
somebody.
Diana.
He's definitely killed.
That's how the transporter got made. He saw Joe and he's like, bald man in his late 40s is a transporter.
I think we just unlocked Hollywood.
Mm.
I think we did. The movie industry is now. I'm we have now seen behind the curtain.
Well, you know, like that 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon? Well, it's the 7 degrees of the Princess Diary. You can find about 50 other movies that were made because of this. Or were prequels to this.
There's one more scene that I feel like we should talk about, and that is the ball at the end.
Yes.
Because all of this was leading up to her announcing that she is princess, and we knew that was happening the whole time.
Right.
So, you know, of course, that was going to happen.
Yeah, spoiler alert, she becomes princess.
Yeah, she
And
doesn't
she keeps a
reject the
diary.
title. They're like, will she reject the title? I don't know. Of course
This
not.
is like, no.
It's the Princess
We're going to
Diaries.
make you think that for a while.
But the thing that kind of throws you off is how she ends up with this guy at the end, even though they had almost no interactions throughout the whole movie.
There was 4 minutes of screen time together where in half of that he had dialogue, but it was like 2 sentences.
Well, and half of that he's mad at her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like it goes from him being like, nah, fuck her, and then she sends him a pizza that
And,
says,
like,
I'm sorry, and M&M's on it.
The first line he says is like, well, you know, we can just charge you for the parts for the car, and, you know, I'll
like he
I'll do the
clearly
labor for
likes her.
And
Yeah.
then I did like how his boss was like,
Oh yeah, for free.
oh my word, we're just working for free. He knew what was going on. He saw the look in his eye.
Like, yeah, clearly they had a little thing for each other, but it wasn't like, this is the one I want to be with for like any amount of the movie until
Yeah.
the very end.
But I like the one couple that was trying to take over Genovia, and they're like the
that
mean people.
That couple was funny.
I love it. It's like, one day you will be so much more beautiful. They will put you on postage stamp.
Because he's a baron.
Yes.
And so at the dinner, he's like, they're giving the pleasantries and the introduction at the table, and he goes, "May you always be baron," and it just kind of like
To the baron and baroness,
some cheap
may you always be
baron. They got some cheap jokes like that.
Yeah.
I did like in that dinner sequence where she's being clumsy, she's not used to it, and the Asian diplomat next to the queen is just deadpan about all the stuff going on, and then something falls on his plate or something like that.
It was the end of
Falls.
like the whole chain reaction thing where like everything goes wrong.
And then he starts laughing and everybody laughs. But my favorite part was the where they put the sorbet, or it's probably called something different, whatever. But to cleanse the palate between courses, and she just hammers it, and she's like, "What?" You know, the people seated next to her are like, "What should we do?" It's like, well, she's royalty, so we better, and like
take as much.
That's what used to happen. It's like, we need to do the same thing, because if she's doing it, we need to do it, along with her. And then,
was great.
And then they're like mimicking and they start pounding the table and doing like they're looking at her for cues to like how to freak out.
Yeah,
that was funny.
There was another little thingy I read that at the end for the ball scene when they're all dancing, in the actual scene, they had a Madonna song playing in the background, like for the actors to like physically dance to.
Yeah, okay.
But they were saying they ran into so many problems. They had to keep like redoing it because people were mouthing the words to the Madonna song.
Oh, right.
So they were like, no, we can't be singing along. I know it's a good song. You got to stop.
Right. And that's also, it's like, now you're if you're not singing along to Madonna, now you're doing disservice to Madonna.
I think it was Like a Prayer or something.
Yeah.
And like people were just like pumping their fists and like having fun.
You could tell that at the end it was an organic people that was something that was noticeable. That's the only organic. I mean, everything's scripted. It's a movie. We all understand that. But it's like, wow, they did a really good. I think they were just goofing around for that portion. I think they were goofing.
That was a $50,000 day for you guys to have fun.
No, but think about it. That was, that's how I would get, a genuine human reaction for that. And they were getting after it a little bit.
Yeah, that was good.
I think the last weird thing about this to me is that somehow they made this whole ball happen with all these people clearly from very far away. Like nobody was even remotely in San Francisco. Like all these people who are heads of other countries and things, and like somehow she just like made this mansion into her new office.
Well, that was
like
the
her new
Genovian
palace.
embassy in Los Angeles or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
Duh.
in San Francisco. Like, why would it be there? You own a whole country. Why is
you need
everybody
a
coming to
US
San
base.
Francisco?
Well, because that's where she
No.
lived. That's where the princess lived.
Yes, I know. It's just really,
And we have-
just really
we have
strange
embassies.
how they just set it up. Like,
yeah, it is
so
because it
quick.
just comes out of nowhere. Well, I mean, like I guess they're there, but like it just magically turns into a ballroom, and I like it.
It doesn't magically.
It magically turns into a
It's
ballroom.
a giant building with a ballroom in it.
How many homes have you been in with?
Have you
ballrooms?
ever been in an embassy?
Yes.
They have dining rooms the
Oh.
size of gymnasiums.
Okay,
I've
so
never been
maybe
in an
I've
embassy.
never been in an embassy.
I've been in a
I've
few
been in
government
an
buildings.
embassy suites.
That-
It's kind of like an
I've
embassy.
been in some government buildings. There's some big old rooms in there for partying.
Yeah, well, all
Um,
work and no play makes Johnny a dull boy.
Well, and dull boys don't write good legislature. So,
Yeah.
hey.
Anyway,
I think that just about does it.
So, can we
yeah.
all agree we're doing something gnarly?
I need somebody dead in the next movie. We
There's
watch.
going to be a lot because we did a recap. We did Interstellar,
Uh-huh.
and then we did Parent Trap.
Well, yeah, flip those, but yeah.
Okay, sure. But we did those. Those are all lighter. People heads will roll on the next podcast. We guarantee you that.
Yeah.
Or we might do something different, and it doesn't matter. But
We make no guarantees, but we guarantee it.
we absolutely make one guarantee that nothing's guaranteed. But I would like to do something absolutely bloody and disgusting.
Yes.
I crave some chaos, Steve.
Well, from all of us here in Genovia, have a happy day. Wave with me.
It was
Wave
more
with
like,
me. Oh,
like
yes,
this.
yes,
It was
wave
like
with me.
this.
All right. Goodbye,
Goodbye.
everybody. Goodbye.
Steve, you're ruining it.
You must wave, Steve.
Steve,
No, Steve,
you
wave.
must do it correctly.
Goodbye.
No one,
Goodbye.
no one will write about you in their Princess Diaries, Steve.
That's fine. I
And
am
then you
more.
switch hands. Oh,
You-
goodbye,
you- as if to
goodbye.
say,
Oh, goodbye.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for being
Thank
here
you for
today.
being here today.
All right, fucking end.
Was that enough? Was that enough waving and
Yeah,
nonsense?
I think that's going to be.
Was that
the,
enough?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
for being
you.
here.
Thank you.